Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Noah Felan of Bay City Western Football. How's it going?
Good. Thank you for having me.
I just can't, I know football is right around the corner. It starts on Monday. I know you're currently getting a last minute vacation in before the football season. What is what's it been like? Just how's the summer been, and as we close in on the last few days.
Well, I think the summer's been really great. A lot of people showing up, putting in the work, and that's all you can ask for. We have a lot of like multi-sport athletes as well, a lot of baseball guys, so it's tough for everyone to be there all the time, but when they do, when they are there, it makes all the difference in the world, and it shows how good of a football team we can be. So it's been really good.
Well, especially because baseball basically came off. I'm not sure if I don't think I asked you this, but did you play baseball or no?
I did not play baseball.
Okay, obviously, the success of that team, of course, going all the way to the state semifinals last year.
Oh yeah.
So, this is going to be an interesting year for you guys because you guys are super super young. You graduated a lot of seniors, but this is a chance for a lot of you guys, including yourself, to prove yourself. Well, what's that challenge like for you?
I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, we were very senior heavy last year. But I don't think I think we have a I think we have really good classes coming up though, and I think people just aren't quite familiar with that quite yet. So for me, I'm anxious, I'm excited, and there's a lot to prove to a lot of people because I don't think everyone expects us to be all that great this year, to be completely honest with you. But I kind of like having the underdog mindset, the underdog mentality, and I'm really excited to go out there and prove that to people.
Okay, so what position? Remind everybody what position you play.
So I am starting at cornerback on defense right now, and I'm getting reps at quarterback and slot on offense right now.
So you're kind of everywhere.
I'm a little bit everywhere, yeah.
Do you like being everywhere?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I like, you get a little bit of all the flavors. It's good.
Yeah. How have you really kind of, developed as a corner over the summer?
Well, corner as much as it is physical, it's a mind game, right? Knowing where to be, knowing, what they're going to run before the play starts. That's the most important thing. And, I give a lot of credit to our defensive coaches. They've done a great job at, teaching that to all of us. And, you know, development as a corner is one of the toughest positions out there. And, I think that part of my development has been through great coaching and learning the system, learning formation. So, yeah.
Okay. Do you have a favorite play or favorite memory from last year?
Oh, my favorite personal play from last year was either my touchdown against Central or my 40-yard run against Traverse City West in the fourth quarter, one of our final drives. Those are just big plays to me because, you know, you love playing against your rival and, being able to make a big play in the final drive of a close game. That it was, felt good to be that meaningful in that moment.
Yeah. Okay. So, this year, remind everybody what grade you're in.
I'm going to be a senior this year.
Okay. So one of the very few seniors on the team and well starting, but how exciting is it to go into this year, knowing that you only got one more shot at this thing?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's exactly what it is. I'm anxious, I'm excited, and, you know, I've been playing with these dudes since I was in, seventh grade and first put on the pads for the first time. We care a lot for each other, and, I know we're going to go out there and play every game like it's our last because it's quite literally what it is, it seems like.
Can
So,
you can you believe that you're a senior?
absolutely not. It literally just feels like I was going into my freshman year yesterday. It's quite crazy.
Do you know that everybody says that every time I ask that question?
it just goes by so fast.
Okay, so like, can you tell me about like maybe some of your first memories of playing high school football?
Oh yeah. Well, I remember my going into my freshman year. You know, it was like high school. When you get in high school, it's such a big deal. And then you go to football for the first time, and it's like, oh my goodness, what jerseys are we wearing? I have to wear the bucket helmet. And you learn that first year the new high school offense, and nobody knows what they're doing half the time. So it's just looking back on the stuff like that, and just to see how far we've come. It's just I laugh at it looking back on it.
Speaking of a new offense, I know Coach mentioned this last night, and I know that that interview is not quite up just yet, but it will be. But a new offense this year.
Yep, it's
So
exactly that.
what's it going to be like? I know many. I've seen many teams run the wing tee. Obviously, the most notable, and maybe this is way before your time, but the days of obviously I've heard you probably have heard of what Tim Beleckler and Canton
Oh
did
yeah.
in the early in the mid 2000s. I mean no in the well yeah in the mid 2000s early 2010s where they just flat out dominated people, but we're starting to see teams more and more running it. Well, what's that going to be like for you as you're getting reps at quarterback and all that stuff.
Well, I really like the offense this year, compared to previous years because there's just so much you can do out of it, right? I mean, I just I think it's a tough offense to defend. There's just so much that we can throw at you at any time, whether it's run, pass, and I'm excited to just see what it's like in game. It's just it's a very versatile offense. I think that's the best way to put it. It's very versatile.
Okay. All right. Let's get in Noah's head a little. Let's get in your head a little bit, Noah.
Okay. Yep.
Um, okay. So like what is Noah thinking about right before a game?
That's a good question. Well, I really just try and calm myself down before the games. A lot of guys get nervous, and in the past, I used to get super nervous before the game, but I've kind of just built a habit of just kind of like really just finding a place to be by myself for a little bit, and just calm myself down. And before every game, I'm visualizing the plays, visualizing different coverages I got to be in, and just visualizing what I got to go do on the field.
Yeah. Um, like okay, I know you have headphones in right now. If you're if right before a game and you got tunes in, what are you listening to?
That's another good question. I I think before the game, a lot of us we do like listen to our rap music. So I listen to a lot of different rappers. So I think that's my go-to.
Is everyone just on their own, or is everyone or I know a lot of teams like do the big jukebox and all that fun.
Yeah, we're a jukebox team. We're a jukebox team for sure.
Okay. The trend is getting up there with that.
Yes. Oh
Um,
yes.
so wonder who gets to will you if you are in charge of that thing, what will you put on?
Oh, I'll probably put on a lot of Lil Baby. Um, Probably a lot of I don't. That's a good question. I'd have to go through my playlist and look. But Lil Baby is probably my favorite rapper, so
Okay.
probably a lot of him.
Okay. Um, all right. So to know that this is you got one more shot that I don't know if you want to continue your football career past high school, but um w to know that this is you got one last shot at this thing. What do you feel like you have to do to make this season a success?
I think to make this season a success, everyone just has to buy in and come together, right? Every practice, every game, we just have to be fully engaged, fully there, and just buy in. I think that's the number one thing we can do to be successful this year.
Okay. All right. No, I feel like we have to get to know you and a little bit. So let's ask you the famous 10 burning questions we have.
Okay. Yep.
So here we go. Um I think I know the answer to this one. Do you feel like you can get more things done in the morning or at night?
Definitely the morning. Productive, more productive in the morning. Towards the night, it's just kind of do my own thing time.
Yeah. I should probably let people know we are currently taping this at 8 a.m. right now. So
Yep.
if that proves that yeah, it's it's don't just make sure you go to bed at the same time and get up at the same time because it just gives you good health and that.
Oh
Also,
yeah.
kind of a before I get to the next one, how important is it for you to like, you know, go to bed at a certain time, make sure you get like 8, 9 hours of sleep and all that stuff. Like,
Oh yeah. I mean, especially once the season gets going, you kind of start creating different patterns and habits, and a lot of eating good, healthy dinners, lots of carbs, and getting to bed early before practice and game nights. It's crucial. It really is.
okay. Um, okay, what is the hardest class you've ever taken?
Anything science related, chemistry, biology, you name it. I cannot put the potions in the pot. Just get me out of class.
What is the food that you will never eat?
Oh, probably like a sardine or something.
Okay. Um, what's the biggest thing people don't understand about high school football?
It's it's not what you see on TV. It's got its own brand of football. It's more traditional and running and small town community. It just got a different vibe.
Okay. What's okay? Before I ask this next question, just think of this. It can be absolutely anything. Um, what's the biggest thing on your bucket list right now?
Ah, a trip to Italy would be cool. I mean, I think I just went to Europe this past spring, and I'm trying to get back as soon as I can. So
Do,
yeah,
when you get older, do you feel like do you want to travel the world when you get older out of college and all that fun stuff?
absolutely, it's my number one thing.
Yeah. Currently, I mean, here's the thing, you're currently in another state right now. So
Yes,
have
sir.
you
Yes, sir.
I mean, Noah has to get away at some point.
Yes, sir.
Um, okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a procrastinator are you?
It depends on the day. For some reason in the summer, I feel like I'm more productive. Once school starts, I think I start to procrastinate a little more. I get it done, but I definitely have my habits of doing that.
Okay. Um, okay, so rank your top 5 eating places, or you can rank your top 5 favorite foods.
Okay. I'm gonna do foods because I
Okay.
there's just so many different places to eat. I love a good steak. So I probably gonna do it in order, but the five that I love: steak, sushi, spaghetti, some type of Mexican cuisine, whether it's tacos or enchiladas, also really good. And if I could think of a fifth, it would probably be oh, it's another good question. It would probably be like it's too good of a question. I can't really think of a fifth.
Okay.
But those are my
No
main.
ribs or hot dogs, pizza.
They're all yeah, probably pizza. That's a good call. Probably pizza.
I mean, okay. I know you're in New York right now. Go get
Yes.
yourself you had Brooklyn style pizza yet?
I I don't know if I haven't had Brooklyn style yet. I mean, I had pizza last night at Ray's, and there's a Ray's on practically every corner here. So,
Yeah,
um, but I mean, the slices over here are humongous.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
I know you can, it's like I don't know if you've been to Costco, but it's like that big.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's why you always got to like cut in half and stuff.
yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Um, okay. What's the most proudest accomplishment you've ever had?
I think anything academic related, like whether it was a good semester of mine, um, or some type of achievement, something academic related was probably my best accomplishment I've had. I can't. It's hard to think of one in particular, but my parents always seem to be the happiest with me when it's something related in that regard.
Absolutely. Um, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I see myself at grad school, hopefully in East Lansing.
Okay. And finally, what is if you could tell your younger self something, what would you tell young Noah?
I'd tell young Noah to just be patient and let things come to him because, young Noah was very ambitious. So
Yeah.
that's what I would tell him.
Okay. All right. Well, Noah, thank you so much for the time as always, and best of luck this season. And let's have you on again sometime.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.